Hey there, my amazing photography friends. It's time for a brand new video from Aperture 1.4. In this one, I'm diving into how to swap out the focusing screen on your Canon F1, taking you through the different focusing screens Canon had to offer for this iconic camera, plus uncovering some awesome viewfinder accessories for your F1. Sit back, enjoy the video, and if you love it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm always excited to welcome new subscribers. And please drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And hey, a like on the video would totally make my day. But before I show you how to change the focusing screen on your Canon F1, let's take a look at my go-to viewfinder accessories, plus one more awesome tool. Getting that perfect focus is absolutely key for a sharp, expressive shot, especially when working with fast lenses where focus can be tricky, particularly up close. When I use the Canon Prism finder, I rely on Canon's viewfinder loop to make sure I nail that focus. It magnifies the center of the image by 2.5 times, making precise focusing a breeze. Plus, it's adjustable for vision correction from -4 to +4 diopters. Focus on infinity, but then take a look at something nearby. Now twist the eyepiece of the viewfinder loop until those markings on the focusing screen pop into sharp focus. A little dab of paint marker on the settings helps you quickly return to that perfect focus next time. The process is super simple. First, you compose your shot without the loop, then swing it into place, fine-tune your focus, and shoot away. I correct my vision with a dioptric adjustment lens. I absolutely hate shooting with glasses. Seriously, with all the money I've spent on countless diopter corrections for all my cameras and viewfinders, I could have had LASIK on both eyes twice by now. For my Canon F1, I only have two viewfinders. One is the Prism finder and the other is a waist level finder. When I need maximum magnification for those supercritical shots, I grab my Canon F1 new with the waist level finder FN 6 times. The waist level finder I'm showing here is my go-to for landscape and architectural shots, and I usually pair it with a tripod for that extra precision. When I started my first job in the late 80s as a photo retail salesman specializing in photo-video cinema, we were taught photo theory by an amazing female photo engineer. This specialized training was only offered at two locations in Germany, Cologne and Hamburg, and I was lucky enough to complete my training in Cologne. Back then, we were told that waist-level finders were better suited for medium-format photography, but I've always loved them and still think they're super useful in 35mm as well. My old professor would probably be rolling in her grave if she knew I felt that way today. Do I have too fat of fingers to open this? Just for the sake of completeness, let me show you the hot shoe adapter for my Canon F1. It stays right where it is. Most of the time, I use handheld flash units like the Metz Mechablitz CL4 or CT5, paired with a coiled cable and an SCA300 adapter with a center contact. And when I'm feeling super nostalgic, I go for flash bulbs. When I knew they were being phased out, I stocked up on thousands of them at a great price. Alright, let's get back to the topic of focusing screens for the Canon F1. So there are basically two different types of focusing screens for the F1, and you can easily spot the difference by the model name. It doesn't matter which focusing aids you prefer. Screens labeled with an L offer a much higher performance, being about 50% brighter than the older models without the L label. This makes them especially useful in low-light situations or when you're using slower lenses. In this video, I'm swapping out the old E focusing screen with the split image indicator and micro prism ring for the brighter LE screen, which has the same focusing aids, but with a serious boost in brightness. Here you can see the L label even more clearly. Make sure you pay attention to this when buying one. I would always go for these focusing screens today. Canon offered 9 different focusing screens for the Canon F1. The standard screen that came with the camera was labeled A and featured a micro prism ring. The B screen has a split image indicator, while the C is a full matte screen. Model D is a grid screen. The model I'm showing here, E, which is my standard screen, features both a split image indicator and a micro prism ring. The F screen also has a micro prism ring, but is designed for fast lenses with apertures from f1.2 to f2.8. Model G is similar to F, but for lenses with apertures ranging from f3.5 to f5.6. The H screen offers a full matte finish with measuring scales. And finally, Model I has a double crosshair. You can find a detailed breakdown of their uses on my website, aperture1.4.com. To swap out the focusing screen, the first thing you need to do is remove the viewfinder. Simply press the two release buttons and the viewfinder will detach easily from its rails. Then lift the existing focusing screen by one of its rear notches and remove it. I always use a tool, usually a small screwdriver, to lift it out. But remember, you do this at your own risk. A focusing screen is delicate photographic gear. Always handle it by the sides and lay the removed screen flat with the matte side facing up to avoid any scratches. Then, right back into its packaging it goes. And don't worry, no exposure correction is needed, even for the brighter L screens, no matter which focusing screen you're using for your F1. Here's the LE focusing screen, which I'm going to use as my standard screen. Now's the perfect time to get rid of any dust before popping it in. So, let's get to it. Installing the new focusing screen is just as easy. Simply slide the front side, which doesn't have notches, under the lip in the viewfinder compartment. Then gently press the back, where the notches are, until it sits perfectly flat and level in its guide. And again, only touch the edges of the screen, never the matte surface itself. Let's keep that baby spotless. Now just slap on your viewfinder of choice, and your beloved Canon F1 will give you the focusing aid you picked. Maybe an L model that treats you to a bright, crisp viewfinder image. Thanks so much for your time, and I'm counting on you to join me in the next video. Feel free to explore my YouTube channel. I'm sure you'll find even more awesome videos there. Stay healthy and catch you later.